Mhuri yeZimbabwe kusangana kwatiri kuita zvakaripo pano pazimunyusi update. Muzuva ranhasi handina mashoko akawanda endingataura pano, but ndine mashoko akakosha, mashoko makukutu akataurwa nemilitary nezuro apo patiri kuona panga paine zuva reZimbabwe Defense Forces Day. Vakataura vachiti we fought for land, dignity, justice, opportunity and a government that answered to its people. We fought for land, dignity, justice, opportunity and a government that answered to its people. So tiri kuona mhuri yeZimbabwe government yedu hayanzwa nekunyepera vanhu, especially zvavanobvunzwa kumainterview nezvavanozoita paground zvinhu zvakasiyana totally, zvakatosiyana chaizvo apo patiri kuonawo sort of like muri kuona opportunity yanga yauyawo, because zvana indrive, especially zvana indrive zviri kurwadza vazhinji, especially vari kushandira ikoko, because tiri kuona kuti indrive haisi muno chete, indrive iri kuSouth Africa, indrive ana Bolt, ana Uber, chichi chimwa opportunity iri kwese kwese. Makada kutarisa Uber chache kusecha paGoogle yakaemploya vanhu vangani pasi rino rese, munogona kutonzwa kuti over 1 million. Opportunity iri kuuya, but tiri kuona kuti pakudzi unofanira kunge uine defensive, unofanira kunge uine chipepa chakati, unofanira kunge uri registered kukanzuru, unofanira kubvisa maplates wese white plates, unofanira kudai so mitemo ine gumi yabva yawanda zvokutoti unogona kutosiya dhiri racho kuti no, although vari kutya kutaura kuIndrive because it's an application bhozi rakapiwa license negovernment kuti ringe richishanda munyika yeZimbabwe. Waifanira kungotaura kuti indrive hatisi kuira vanotongovhara futi still vanotongovhara, because tiri kuona kuti zvino zvina anatongwarara mukati wada kuti katepeni, but katepeni go kaikai kanguri katepeni go kemumatauni chete. Na indrive it's international, mhuri yeZimbabwe it's international, ukaona kutovenga international opportunity rafanira kuti wanzi wofara okay ichivhara handi mazoona iwo chivhura katakshop kako pasaidi hazvimeki sense zvinizvo. So ngatinzwe makomrade vetinawo pano vachitaura zvanga vachitaura, but tongotiwo musubscribe pano.
The fact that he still maintains a close relationship with Nelson then leads people to start wondering, does Nelson approve of this? What's his opinion on this? Has Smarters been sent out here as a tester to say maybe Nelson Chamisa thinks the same and he's sending out a tester person to see if he goes with that view? What are people going to say? The fact that NC is not a person who ever comes out and, either distances himself from certain things or says, I'm with this agenda, then leaves a whole lot of mystery here. So I think the issue really is more political than it is economic. I hope that that makes sense, gents, but that's my 2 cents and my thoughts, Taxi.
Jabba.
Wait.
K.
Let's go straight to Mof K. Then you got to answer 2 questions there from 10 and maybe.
Okay. Can I come after K?
Yeah. You are here.
Thank you. All right.
So I want to be very clear. You can go on any of the aggregating sites for Zimbabwe legal cases and search the name Chamisa. I want you to go search the name Chamisa. And see the cases that Nelson Chamisa has handled, including the Zua ruling, including cases with Ken Sharp, when he's held Ken Sharp's company, and when this is the time when Ken Sharp is fighting with Tendai BT. Remember, I want you to understand that this is not that Chamisa was representing him in that particular fight, but he was representing companies that were owned by Ken Sharp, right? So you have to remember that he's an actual senior advocate in the court of law in Zimbabwe. He's an officer of the court. So of course he's had to interface with ZANU-PF people before and take one side versus the other when he's representing his clientele. That's why murderers even get lawyers. You understand? So it's a non thing to say Nelson Chamisa has represented ZANU, because of course he has, right? All of them have. Tabani Mpofu has. They all have. The next thing is, the Smarters must be close to Chamisa. Therefore, the truth of the matter is, nobody you think online is close to Chamisa is close to Chamisa. There's people you think are close to Chamisa who haven't talked to him in 4 years or 7 years, right? Because everybody does the sycophant thing of wanting to be perceived as close to Chamisa. I'm not close to Chamisa. Right? Can I say I've spoken to him? Of course, when he wants to speak to me, he speaks to me. He's a fucking rock star. He doesn't have to play with anybody, right? So let's be clear that people who claim that they're close to Nelson Chamisa, none of us are close to Nelson Chamisa. Chamisa is a rock star. He has got a lot of people calling him, a lot of people praising him, a lot of people saying he's Jesus incarnate. He will definitely do what he wants when he wants. He will never send his smarters to your Twitter timeline. He will never do that, because the power in his particular words is that he can say it himself and still get 1 million views. He doesn't have to send anybody. Let's be factual, guys. Huh? So at least that, I hope that clears some things up. None of us, no matter what we say on these timelines, no one is close to Joseph Chamisa. It's a lie. Not even Ostalos. No one is close.
I've told them this before. I've answered you.
All right, please close your mic, Padari. Go ahead,
Okay.
Charumbira.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I think we need to be honest, and we need to answer serious questions here, because I was listening and I'm asking what's the catch. I would have expected people talking about, because this is a norm in a normal society where everyone, and I mean we are citizens, we are Zimbabweans. Business we can do with anyone. There is no need to be discussing, in terms of political affiliation or questioning why you're doing business, because you are expected to be supporting a political, opposition party, so you're not supposed to be. I think those questions we should not be asking. But the reason I'm chipping in is because I wonder what's going on, because the very same people who are defending the position of an individual in question, I would have loved to hear them say, so it means you guys, you do not support the idea of your opposition members doing business with ZANU-PF. So, well, fair enough, we are attacking him. Because I heard him saying, if you guys feel that I am a ZANU-PF, because I'm doing business with ZANU-PF, so be it. So let me go to ZANU-PF. So why is it that this individual, he is kind of being forced or pushed, or a sort of saying he must remain in opposition, but at the same time be allowed by the same people within opposition to do business with ZANU-PF? What is the catch? Really, what is the catch? And I think people should be laughing at the people, within the opposition. Yando Zamuri, why are you Muruzingana? But what is the catch? Why there is so much defense? I really kind of sensing something here.
Defending who?
Far much deeper than just talking business, because I mean it is normal. I mean, if I do business with taxi, what's wrong with that? Should I be asked why I'm doing business with taxi? This is our country. We are people of Zimbabwe. I can do business with Sekuru wangu Wamchangwa. I can disagree with him on party on the political, ideologies. His views are different and to mine. But I cannot go and be seen not to be walking alongside Sekuru wangu, even if Dara wangu Mnangagwa. What's wrong with that?
Koma
So
Charumbira.
unless if let me finish, unless if, like I said, there is a catch. There is a catch, because the people that are supporting the idea that this
Can I
guy
ask you a
might,
question?
yeah,
Why
100%,
is
go ahead.
we just heard here now, Kuti Chamisa has defended ZANU-PF figures and is in business with ZANU-PF figures, their leader. Why don't they have the same energy for Chamisa? The top of the chain, but you want to go for mere matters. Why?
No. I mean that's a totally different subject altogether. Because
But
why I'm
why?
saying this,
But
no.
You contradict.
You see what happens, Charumbira? I had a space where
I would like to answer
yeah,
Tim. I would like to answer Tim.
you come after me if that's okay. You come after me if that's okay.
Can I answer Tim?
Let's do order. Let's not jump each other. No, Oro. Let's Charumbira finish there, then we go to Gondias. Then we come to you, Taxi Room.
Okay.
No, I just want to
So,
say,
Okay.
Charumbira, if you can give me 1
no,
second of your time.
I will give you taxi. Just hold on a second. Yeah. So 10, I hear you. Why I'm saying is a different in a ball game altogether. I'm just saying the very same people who are defending Chamisa, I've never heard the very same people who are defending Smarters saying the same thing. So I think we need to be honest on why we hearing people defending the position that Smarters has chosen to, which is a completely, I mean, it's a good thing because Trima Zimbabwe, like I said. So Chamisa na Smarters, this is a completely different. Chamisa has been, called names, wakatengesa, wakadidi. Ipapo totobusiyana hapo because inini my view na Chamisa zakatosiyana futhi. So I'm only talking about Smarters in particular because I see a lot of people defending the position that he should remain co-opposition while he's doing business. He must not be questioned. That should not be the question. The question is, what is the catch? What is the catch? So go ahead, Taxi, before I land.
I just wanted to acknowledge what Morph is saying and what you are saying. And I hosted at German a few weeks ago. And there's a thread that is very unique that is coming through these individuals, including Smarters, that if a business opportunity presents itself, why not? German even said, I mean, I have connections within the country, within ZANU-PF, and I will do business where I can. Right? I unfortunately folded his business, said I'm never doing business there until I'm
And
confident.
he also faced some challenges of being
That
dragged to ZANU
that's
PF.
business, that's political environment for you. Anywhere under the sun. You that's why they have pastel. The P represents political environment. You have to be able to navigate that as a business person. It is happening else everywhere. Go to America. Rex Tillerson was Rex Tillerson, CEO of Exxon, was roped into government. Elon Musk is at the center of government with the Department of Government Efficiency. Business knows no political inclination, although it is good, right? For you, you can't do business in a country when you are anti the political system in there. That will not work, Scotty. Go anti-establishment here in the UK and start doing business. Go and try and win tenders. You have to align yourself. Businesses are very good at that. They will change direction. They will change their narrative. They will change even their position.
But you're now presenting
I'm
taxi.
representing. I know you want to come
Yeah,
through the Gondes.
Yeah, let him
you
finish in 10
but
Yeah.
seconds.
you
Let me,
cannot
I was
keep on
about
doing
to
this.
stop him, guys. Let him finish.
So what Smarters is doing is not out of the norm. He has identified an opportunity. He understands that if you go to Zimbabwe, you have to model your business to suit the environment there. I was actually shocked when he sent me a picture and said, "Ah, Smarters, munhu yakapfeka t-shirt yedu ko yakatonzi edp zvikanzi toto employers zviri within vicinity. These are the people that I have to employ. So, I mean, this idea,
Okay, thanks.
I learned by just saying, Scotty. So, this idea that you can't do business in Zimbabwe, I actually encourage you, Scotty, to open a business in Zimbabwe and do some business there. Why not? You're Zimbabwean after all. It's your country. It's our country.
Okay, thank you. Go just chip in quickly, then I'll go to MOFK, then I come to you, Basti.
Anoya wasikuti
Yeah,
ambutaura tiri
yeah,
Gondes
yeah.
hatisati ambutaura Gondes
Scotty,
ambutaura I think for more than 30 minutes.
Okay, give it Basti, Gundias, you come.
no,
Yeah. Also,
I'm just rebutting the two
yeah,
guys.
but it will continue, my brother. Wambutaura takateerera.
Basta usango
So
chema wanzuru kuuya wani.
So it's
no,
okay,
no,
it's
no, no. You
okay.
cannot dominate
It's
guys
okay,
because you
guys,
can
it's
try to
okay.
respect
And
her,
we're
but
fixing that. We're fixing that. Go ahead, Basti.
yeah, yeah. Thanks for coming up, my brother Kuda, which makes it easy. My reason for coming up is after your submission. And the good thing there, could talk about Gara diaspora. You've experienced life in diaspora. So this is where my two questions or three questions are coming from. The first question, Rudakuti, it's focused on the issue, the claims arikuitwa kuti there are opportunities, people are not taking opportunities in Zimbabwe. I would want to agree with you to some extent. Could there are opportunities and there are no opportunities in Zimbabwe in courts. Kureva kuti kune ma opportunities ariko, but kune ma opportunities asiko kune vamwe. So my first question to you, my brother, ndekuti, what's your comment on, if let's go by the narrative ekuti kune ma opportunities, maybe vanhu vari kuita miss or kana kuti vasiri kutora. What's your comment on the migration iri kuitwa nevanhu? I think for the last 3 years, the focus, vana vezimbabwe vachibuda vachitotsvaka mapassport. I think you know the COS thing. Mwana achigraduate kubva kuchikoro, the next thing would want to relocate or to run away from Zimbabwe. Kuuya kunoku kuzoita minor jobs. You know the jobs most of these people came to do. Vamwe vacho vakatofunda. Vamwe vacho they come from better families. So I want you to comment on that vis-a-vis the opportunities of Zimbabwe. Are they running to what's missing for them? Havasi kuziva kuti kune opportunities kana kuti. I want to hear from you kuti why zviri kudaro. Maybe there is another reason since uri kuZimbabwe and siri kuziva. Secondly, do you think we are being fair and sincere when we say in Zimbabwe there are missing opportunities or plenty of opportunities which are not being grabbed nevanhu variko? Looking at kuti kuZimbabwe, inini, the good thing there kuti the majority who are here are Zimbabweans and are informed. Some go back home tinoenda kumba tichinoona, some have got relatives, some are still in Zimbabwe. Kuti Zimbabwe is dominated by informal sector. I've seen people hustling kuda. So what's missing for these guys? Opportunities are muri kutaura. What's missing for these guys to grab these opportunities? Lastly, looking at vanhu vari diaspora, the way I took it annoys me tichiti my opportunities as we claim kuti my opportunities, handisi kuziva opportunities ari kutanda apa. Would you say kuda it's wise kuti one would make noise at diaspora when there's opportunities like having a mine where you can go to Zimbabwe and relocate to Zimbabwe for good, only live all life with an Scott rather than maybe a small business in Zimbabwe which is kunoko kune chando kune life yavari kuchema nayo kuti the life iri kunoko iri bit harsh. Lastly, what's your comment on vacho vari muZANU-PF vatinoona vachipfumbura uruva? Do you really think there is opportunity? And which opportunity are you on about here? And if there are those opportunities, is there anything you are not saying? This is the avenue for you to get a mine. This is the avenue you need to take, because at the moment it's not making sense. Because if I look on the ground, people have done what they could within their means. You and me, we might be coming from privileged families. In any, I run what my family started. It's not mine, but I've tried to knock at the offices. Couldn't do something, but I'm still waiting. It's not as quick as people would want to claim, and the resources, as I know, they are scarce. But to promise God, everyone can. So if you could answer me on those few questions, I would appreciate, my brother, since we're on the ground and you're in business. And I know.
Nai Buster, what is the definition of opportunity that you are talking
Wait,
about?
Babashona, you can't.
No, toda kutaura kuti ma-opportunities ari kutaura
No, that's fine.
ndeapo.
That's fine, guys. Let's not do that. He asked it straight to Moff. And now he's refusing for you, Babashona, to answer that question. If you
Yeah, but let's do
you
that
answer
way.
on your time, Babashona. So let's go. Are you done, Basta? Then we go to Moff K.
Yeah, good to move. I know you come from a privileged family. Like I said, your start was easy. You could shoot off from probably a better financial position. You can inject finance, unlike the person on the street who are more accused of it is not taking the opportunities. So I wanted to understand which opportunities are you on about, and is there any avenue, quickest avenue, or do you have to do something? Disclosure now, can you disclosure to get to where you think Zimbabwe should get? I hit my mic. Thanks. I hope you had my questions. Thanks.
Go ahead, Mofke.
Thank you for the question, Mr. Basta. So I want to be first of all, I think you must premise that when I if I ever mention my privilege, the privilege I have is that my parents sent me to good schools, which is Hague Park, which is a government school. I went to Prince Edward, but I also grew up in the diaspora in Australia, in that system there. And when I came back to Zimbabwe, I went to university in the UK. Then I came back to Zimbabwe. So my privilege is not that my parents are rich. They're not rich by any means. They're not living. You mentioned Scott Salpanya. Scott Salpanya is in the 0.01% of human beings. And we see his lavish lifestyle. We see Wicknow's lavish lifestyle. And then we say we all want to live like that. There are people who I know I went to school with in the UK who have not even close to where Wicknow lives. And people I know in the States who were not even close to that kind of lifestyle. So let's be realistic in that we're trying to build a middle class in Zimbabwe, a class of people who can actually contribute to the development of the country. That does not happen overnight. It takes many, many years. America took them damn near 400 years to get where they are today. It's going to take us a long time because we're a very young country. When you talk about the immigration opportunities, why did my kids, or as soon as they reached of age, want to leave the country? It's not because they were poor. It's not because they didn't have go to the best schools. It's not. But Zimbabwe is like everywhere else in the world. We have a very externalized value system. This is why one of America's largest immigration bases is Chinese, despite China's growth, or Canadians going to America. Or English people going to America. We all, as human beings, are nomadic in the sense that we all try and find better opportunities for ourselves. Now, if a person who has finished their O levels decides to go to the UK to do COS, that's because that particular country has developed itself so much now that it can actually assume some of those people and they can look after their aging population because they got pension funds to deal with, etc., etc. It's got nothing to do with Zimbabwe and in Britain being equal. We're not equal at all. They're far ahead of us economically, and they started this economics. We don't start our own version of economies. We are basically following suit with others.